Hi, I'm Cheryl Paul with Conscious Transitions, and I want to talk to you today about crying. I mentioned in my last video that I work holistically with anxiety, with all symptoms actually, meaning that I don't just address anxiety from the cognitive realm, and I don't just address it from the physical realm. I address it from all four realms: physically, emotionally, cognitively, spiritually. Anxiety is a messenger pointing to an imbalance, a need in one of these four realms or several of them. So in the emotional realm, we cry, we feel fear, we feel disappointment, jealousy, anger. We feel so many different emotions. When we put a lid on those emotions and we judge them or shame them, with statements like, I shouldn't be feeling this way, what's wrong with me? All that does is push the feelings down further, where they then mutate and morph back out as anxiety. Another aspect of anxiety, another symptom of anxiety, another intrusive thought. So we are very well served by learning to move toward those painful feelings, the feelings that we've been told our whole lives are wrong or too much in some way. And one of those, the main feeling, is crying, which comes out around shame, around grief, around fear, around panic, around relief. Crying is not just when we're sad. But so often when I start a session with a new coaching client, they will start crying, sometimes almost immediately. And then they will almost immediately say, I'm sorry for crying. And I will always say, never apologize for crying. This is a safe place. And a great deal of the healing work around anxiety is to learn to reverse that culturally conditioned mindset that says feelings are bad, push them over there, I'm too much, I'm too sensitive, and instead to move toward them, to move toward ourselves, to move toward that pain, to move toward the loss. Now I want to make an important distinction between crying that comes from loss and grief and crying that comes from shame. So the shame-based crying has a running commentary that says, what's wrong with me for struggling? I'm crying because of the struggle and because I'm judging myself for the struggle. In that case, the crying doesn't necessarily serve you because you are further entrenching this harmful belief that there's something wrong with you for struggling. So in that case, you want to then meet the belief at the level of the belief. Right, you're telling yourself a story. There's something wrong with you for having anxiety around any area of your life. Crying that comes from loss, from mourning an aspect of yourself, from mourning a belief or a story, from grieving the loss of a loved one, grieving a loss of an aspect of yourself, a stage of your life. There are so many things that activate loss. And when we cry through them, we are giving ourselves one of the biggest gifts that we can give ourselves. In that case, tears are medicine. And when you allow them to move through you, the anxiety will dissipate.